Everyone who has played a video game at some point or another has wanted to make a video game, or at the very least thought they could do something better than a AAA studio, and I also felt this way. So, I decided to give myself 30 days to make a video game ready character and learn Blender. That's how it went. On day 1, I downloaded Blender, and that's it. I quickly forgot about it and went back to playing video games for the rest of the day. Day 2, I did some research and quickly discovered that everyone makes a donut for some reason. On day 3, I watched a lot of tutorials that I wasn't able to follow along with because I lacked the basic understanding of 3D modeling and Blender. On day 4, it became clear why people make the donut. I wasn't going to make a donut, there was no way. I finished off the day by building a bridge. On day 5, I made a tower and a door, and then followed a tutorial about shattering objects to make this cool light ball effect, which turned out pretty well. I continued into day 6 with like that whole energy ball thing and made a Saiyan space pod crashing through a mountain. On day 7, I went ahead and created this dog. It was good because I learned about UV unwrapping and texturing. Day 8, I decided to model a building and settled on kind of an old churchy looking thing, and I even learned how to make this glass material. On day 9, I made a quick animation of them kind of pushing open the church door in like a Dark Souls fashion. Day 10 was kind of a combination of everything I'd done up until this point, where I had this tiny animation of a guy pushing open the door to be attacked by a dog and then blast him away with a ball of light. It was a really cool idea, it just didn't turn out as well as I thought it would in the end. Days 11 through 17, with 1/3 of the challenge down, I decided to get started on the actual character now that I kinda knew what I was doing. And I made a quick concept sketch, threw it into Blender, and spent the entire week just struggling and not knowing why everything was looking so bad. On day 18, I decided that the issue and why everything looked awful was because I started with a bad sketch. And I was kind of rushing, you know. So I started over. I redid the concept sketch and made this kind of Link-esque character. On days 19 and 20, I modeled the body for the character, which I was very proud of because it turned out a lot better than the first time I went about it. I added a material to it, and the shading and lighting and everything looked really good. On day 21, I did the materials for the body, and I kind of messed around with UV unwrapping and texturing. I color swapped the character as well to avoid the Link look, and ultimately decided I was going to start over a 3rd time on day 22. I spent the entirety of day 23 just drawing, and I think the drawing turned out pretty well. So I used that as my new concept. On day 24, realizing I didn't have enough time to redo the entire character, I recycled the body. I spent the rest of the day creating the face. Days 25 and 26 were spent finishing up the head and the face. Day 27 was spent on the hair, although I didn't do all of the hair, I only did the hair that you'd be able to see. On day 28, I added clothing to the model, and going into day 29, I went ahead and finished up the textures and rigged and weight painted the model. On day 30, I finished up the challenge really by creating shape keys and learning how to export the model, and this was the end result. I'm pretty happy with what I did over the 30 days, even though it wasn't close to what I thought I could do. And it's in no way a game-ready character. There's tons of issues with it. You can see that there's clipping and things don't really work the way they should. But that's how I did. Let me know what you think. Have a nice day.